Adventure is in my blood. Finding treasures big or small and having fun is what it's all about. With my wife Melissa and our 3 kids, life is pretty full. But there isn't a mountain we can't climb together. This isn't your ordinary antique store. My name is Alex Archbold and this is Curiosity Inc. Ooh, it's morning and I think I hear something outside. A special delivery perhaps? I think it is. There is a truck out there. Let's see what it is. Hey, morning. Now, some people ask, what do you collect? I love old cars, from the BMW Isetta to old motorcycles to the giant Cadillac I have in my driveway, and I felt I needed at least one more. I've been waiting for this to show up and it's here. Okay, so what did I buy? It's green, you know that much. It's running, which is kind of a, it's an odd thing for me to buy a car that runs. Usually I'm dusting them off and hauling them out somewhere, trying to get them running on my own. But this one was too cute, I couldn't pass it up. All right, I think I hear movement. Oh yeah, it's starting to come up the back. It's exciting for me. I had plans for this, have plans for this. So what did I buy? What is this green cube emerging from the back? Can you guess it yet? It's not big. It's got semaphores, you know it's English. It's an Austin A40 van. Hey, you guys gotta come out and see what I bought.
Okay, I don't know what this is.
It's a British car. It's called an Austin. It says Austin of England. At least you know where it's from, because it says the country right on it. But isn't it just ever so cute? It's a little, this is like a station wagon delivery van, and I thought it would be a really cute thing to have for our store. What do you guys think?
It's weird.
Why are you hopping around so much?
Because it's cold.
Look at my feet.
Yeah, I see. Where's your shoes? You turkeys?
I'm excited fast.
So what do you think, Mel?
It's cute. Does it run?
Yeah. He had it was a daily driver.
Then I don't have to push it.
No, we don't have to push it. In fact, I'm gonna drive it. Cool. So let's do a walk around. And even though this is a delivery van, I've got them kind of nose to nose, the Cadillac and the Austin. You can see the Cadillac is probably another good, I want to say 6-7 feet longer than what the British would have considered a delivery size vehicle. That's just how big that car is. But the condition overall is really good. I'm quite happy with the paint. The body looks good. The interior is nice. He's included a bunch of extra parts on the inside, so we'll do a full walk around of the vehicle. And I love the little details they used to put on older cars. They just don't do stuff like this nowadays. Okay, let's see what he put in the back. Well, it sounds like he put newer hood shocks on there. Those are a bummer. When these fail, then your trunk lid flops down on your head. Let's see, there's a couple latches. This is how rudimentary this is. It's like gate latches like you'd have, There we go. Okay. Paint. Well, that could come in handy if I need to do touch-ups. We got extra rims. Oh, that's a visor. That's what this is. This is the visor to go on the front windshield. Don't know if I'm going to put that on or not. The windshield's already pretty tiny as it is. I don't think I want to obscure it. Mind you, it might look kind of cool. This looks like an extra signal light stock for your indicators. And they weren't messing around. The shaft for this thing must go all the way through the steering column down through the bottom. And it's got to be like 6 feet long of pipe. Definitely different than how they do it nowadays. But I guess there's an extra one in case I need it. Like extra odds and ends. These might be pieces that he upgraded or purchased. Extra handles, some trim. I'll keep all this stuff and store it, so if I ever go to sell it, the next person will have a use for it, or maybe these have a use for this vehicle. He must have had a couple parts cars because I see multiples of the same thing. Always handy to have spares. Okay, what's in here? Oh, those are Those are barn doors off of a delivery van. I guess you could adapt them to work on this. This would never have had that style, but it's kind of cool. It has the advertising on it. That's neat. And there they are. These are aluminum. This whole body of the vehicle is aluminum. But yeah, TV service van. And you know it's early because look at the phone number. Phone AM 11535. So this is probably, you know, from the 40s, 50s era. It's pretty cool. I'd like to know what happened to the rest of that vehicle. Is this the new fashion look? The one rubber glove?
If you watch my video, it'll make sense.
What, you're cleaning?
I'm cleaning that
You're not,
car.
I don't need a health inspection. I'm good. So what do you think of this little car?
I think it needs our decal on it.
Yeah, we'll do that. We've got some more parts, some nice headlight trim rings. I'm just gonna put this stuff all in a bin so I can keep it together. There's another grill, hubcaps, more hubcaps. Yeah, he must have parted out a car at some point because there's enough parts in here off another vehicle. These look like they're semaphore brackets. Those are the signal lights. They actually pop out. It's not like a normal car. I'll show you in a bit. But all kinds of good stuff in here that might come in handy. Yeah, the back is more or less cleaned out. And what's kind of neat about these Austins is that they are aluminum bodied. And then they have this sort of wood inner structure, which looks nice, wood floor. Gives you lots of room, but this model in particular, if you pull this wooden plank up and lock it in place with these super secure looking brackets, you end up with the back seat. Oh, and look, there's a service manual for it. That's a handy thing to have. I'm gonna reach around and grab that. This Austin A40 was based on the car, the Somerset sedan. You can kind of see the similar sort of look to the side and the front end. Of course, they made a delivery van version. And they made, this is the Countryman. This is the model that we have here, which is sort of like the little estate wagon. It's more or less the same deal as the delivery van, except it doesn't have solid panels on the side. It has windows, which makes it much easier to see out the back. And if you're lucky, you can find one of these little Austin A40. They call it a half ton. It is not a half ton. That's like, you know, maybe a tenth of a ton pickup. It is just a tiny little guy. Very, very cute little vehicle though. Now to the question of how this vehicle drives. Let's go find out. I would like the fit and finish on these cars. It's kind of like getting inside of a steamer trunk and deciding to drive it down the highway. To say it's spacious would be a complete lie. It's you know, there's lots of headroom, probably because I used to wear tall hats back in the day. And I'm 6'1", and for me, there's still like, I don't know, another 4 inches or so of headroom. So that's fine. You've got enough room for 2 people side by side here, and then a couple people in the back. So really, it's not bad for a little car. Let's have a look at the control panel. In terms of options on the car, there aren't really any. You've got signal lights. You're lucky that you've got some gauges that tell you what's going on. Panel lights. Really, having interior lights, that's considered like almost an accessory. There's not, it's a very basic vehicle. It gets you around, it does exactly what it has to do and no more. I say control panel, but dashboard is probably more appropriate. He's done a nice job matching all the paint to the outside. I mean, you look at the work that goes into something like this and you think if you had to pay somebody to restore it, how expensive that would be. But we have the ashtray, which I will never use. I've never smoked. And he's left these notes kind of all over the place. Old choke knob is fragile. I've put a new one on under the dash. All these dash knobs are brittle with age. Use with care. And that is like a bakelite. And yes, they can disintegrate and crack and fall apart. So he's saying don't use that one because he doesn't want to break it. So there's a choke he's installed down here, and that's just fine. That's all you need. So I'll take that off. To start, pull the choke below the dash, turn the key, pull the start knob. Okay. And hood release. There's a metal rod to hold the hood up under the hood on driver's side inner fender, and I guess the hood release must be, oh, it's right there. And it's right here because this being an English car, that would have been the driver's side. They basically had different dashboards. If you look at, it's kind of cute, but so see the glove box door shape? I'm going to take his notes off now that I've read them. It's nice of him to leave them though. So the dashboard has a glove box on this side. Well, all they would have to do to make this a British vehicle would be to take the the instrument panel, which is the exact same shape, and put it over there. Oh, they were thinking, you know, the dash is an either or. You could make this a right-hand drive pretty easy by just moving everything over. Thankfully, it's left-hand drive, which is what I need. Now, let's see, what does it show for miles? 12,524 miles. Hard to say whether that's gone, or I'm sure that's probably gone around. I can't imagine that'd be original, but the car is in pretty good shape. But yeah, let's see, that's probably like a interior light lamp switch or something. Okay, let's pop the hood and have a look under there. And yeah, well, it's pretty tidy under the hood. Looks like he must have had the engine out and detailed it. The firewall paint looks a little bit older, so maybe this is the original color for the car. And see, oh, there's the hood support there. But he really left lots of notes. They're pretty meticulous. So let's see what this little tiny 4-cylinder British Motor Company BMC engine will do. Okay, and there's my pedals down there. Clutch, we've got brake and gas, and they show the shift pattern on here. Mind you, I was having trouble getting into reverse earlier. Let's see if we can't get it to start. So first things first, make sure it's in neutral, which it is. I'm gonna leave the emergency brake on for now. He says pull the choke out a tiny bit, turn the key on, and you can kind of see the battery kicks in when you turn the key on. Got a half tank of gas, and then pull the starter. And there she goes. Smooth as a sewing machine. Tick, tick, ticking away. Okay, so it is not a quiet vehicle. It's not like when I did the test drive in the Cadillac, that thing was quiet. There is some kind of a gust of wind coming in. I don't know where. All my windows and doors are closed, but I feel like I've got this tornado of wind coming through as I'm driving. That said, the brakes work good. It seems to handle all right. You know, overall, it seems to be pretty decent. There was a period of time in the 1950s and 60s, you'd see these sorts of things all over the place. British imports were very popular. You had the MGs, you had little delivery vans like this. But in time, they got worn out, they got discarded, scrapped. So it's kind of an odd thing to find nowadays. I'm sure you don't even see them that often in England anymore. But for me, they always remind me of a stereotypical English vehicle, something that you see like Wallace and Gromit driving around in. It's just a very cutesy sort of thing. And if you ever had Dinky toys or Corgi toys as a kid, this is the type of toy car that they would make a miniature of. In fact, they made many Austin A40 vans with delivery, livery and decals on the side. So they're just a cute little vehicle. And for my business, having an antique store, it's a perfect sort of thing to use as a delivery truck. And as for 0 to 60, well, a lot of times a person might ask if that's, you know, how fast you get that speed. In this case, I think it might be possible. But you just have fun with the car like this. You enjoy it with a big smile on your face, and it doesn't matter how fast you're going. It's all about taking in the ride. And I had the absolute worst time figuring out how to get this thing in reverse. But if you look really carefully, right there, it says to lift to put it in reverse. So what you have to do is you actually lift up on this and then it goes into reverse. I was just trying to shift it like normal. Good thing that they put the instructions on that little rubber floor mat. If that was missing, you'd be here for a while trying to figure it out. Oh, and I figured out what this little switch was for the wipers. And they're not timed, so you gotta shut it off at the exact right time. And as for the signal lights, that's them right there. So thanks so much for watching today's test drive of the Austin A40 van. If you have the opportunity to get one, you want a fun get around town kind of vehicle, they are economical. Make sure to tune in and subscribe for more episodes as we go on adventures and buy and sell old stuff, including old vehicles. I hope you like this one. The Austin is just such a cool little vehicle. It's got all kinds of character, and that's exactly the type of stuff I like to collect personally, is cars with character like this one, or of course the Isetta, little things like that. They just make me smile and make me happy, and I love vehicles that make other people happy when they see them too. But thanks for watching again, guys. We'll see y'all soon, and bye for now.